What's up, everyone? It's DSP. It is about, I'd say 11 a.m. Actually, it's about quarter after 11 on October 5th. This is the first official game release day in October, and as you can see, it is a pretty important one. It is a triple release day. So what we're going to do is kind of review the 3 games that I will be playing this week. We'll take a look at the packaging and everything that comes with them. But just so everyone knows, in the future going forward, I know previously I've been putting these kind of videos on DSPGaming, but since this doesn't include any gaming footage, I've decided to put these, unboxing style, release day style videos on the TKOHHD, which is my YouTube partner channel. So please, again, if you like what you see, if you enjoy watching my videos, please do the 3 things: watch, rate, and participate. Okay, enough said. So let's get into it. Really big week this week. Honestly, there's 4 games that came out. There's Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. There is Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, and there's NBA Jam. And let's talk a little bit about each one. But the 4th game that came out this week was actually NBA 2K11, which there were rumors it was going to be delayed. Then it got pulled back to this date. The bottom line is this: I don't really care about realistic sports games. I'm more of an arcade style guy, which is why I opted for NBA Jam. We'll talk a little bit about it when we get to it, but first of all, let's start out with the first game. Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Why did I get it for 360? Because as you know, if I usually have a choice between 360 or PS3, I go for 360 simply because I had the 360 a year before the PS3, actually 2 years before I bought a PS3. I didn't adopt the PS3 until a year after release, and so I like to add to my achievement points on Xbox Live when I can. So here it is, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and just if anyone was wondering, it is a one-player only game. And one interesting thing to note, it's one of those games where when you look at the box, and I apologize because the camera's probably not going to focus when I go close, but it has 2 languages. You've got on the top, it has English, and then underneath it has, I think, French. So it says, captivating story, une histoire captivante. I'm sorry, that's not, I don't know what language that is. Luxuriant? Luxuriant is not French or Spanish, is it? I don't even know what the hell language that is. So anyway, dual languages on the packaging, which is pretty funny. So pretty straightforward, for a 360 release. A game disc, a instruction booklet. The instruction booklet, unfortunately, is in black and white. I went through this already. It's actually really short. It's only like 4 pages. And there's your game controls. And then there's some trip commands, which I don't understand. I'm sure they'll teach you what that means in the game. And then, oh, look, it's one of those handy-dandy booklets that is 2 languages, which I always love. So, half of your booklet is in English, half is in another language. So basically, they condense it as much as they can to try to save money. Which, in my opinion, I don't know if I agree with that. It's pretty lazy, but if you really need to cut down on your production costs, I guess maybe that is a way to sell the same game in 2 different regions. I don't know. I'm trying to see here if it actually says where these should be, what regions this game is approved for sale in. NTSC designation. And it doesn't say, it doesn't have the countries listed here, so interesting. So anyway, I got that for the 360. This is what I'm going to be playing first today, depending on how that goes. I might play this entire campaign today and just finish it, and that might be what you see on DSPGaming coming up. Or I might take a break from it and try the other games. We're going to see what happens. It depends obviously on how good it is and how hooked I get on it, and we'll go from there. Now, Castlevania Lord of Shadow. Now, it just said, I just got finished getting done saying that if I get a game that's on both platforms, 360 and PS3, I usually get it for 360. So why did I get Castlevania on PS3? Well, the answer is this. The review copies of the game, meaning the copies of this game that are sent out to gaming magazines, gaming websites like IGN, were sent out, and when these gaming media companies were comparing the 2 versions, they found that this Xbox 360 version had lots of frame rate problems, meaning at certain points in the game it would get really choppy, you wouldn't be able to tell what was going on because it would lock up. It was a real pain in the ass. But the PS3 didn't have those problems. Now, I did read this morning before I went to GameStop to pick up my games that apparently the game developer made a post on their website saying, don't worry about it, we fixed it, that was only for the review copy, and once we knew about it, we fixed it. Well, I'm sorry, I want to be safe, so I got the version that I know is not going to have frame rate issues. And then check this out. This is something I did not know. On the back of the box here, it of course lists all your different resolution outputs, and actually, I know you can't see it, I apologize. Let me see if I can zoom in. Maybe then you can read it. Hold on a second. Hold on, I'm changing my zoom. Hold on. There you go. Oh, oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah. Come on. There we go. HD video output. What's that? 1080i and 1080p? That's right. Castlevania on the PS3 actually supports 1080p video. It's one of the few games that's come out this year that actually supports full 1080p, and it really is 1080p. It's not like an upscaling, according to the box anyway. So that's pretty dope. I mean, I have a 1080p TV. Obviously, I want to get the best quality, so why not go ahead and play the game in 1080p? It would just make sense, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm glad I got the PS3 version because I was not aware of that. And that is very interesting to me that, you know, this particular... What the fuck? The zoom screwed up again. No, now the zoom won't even focus. I tried to zoom in and get a better focus, and now it won't let me. Whatever. But that's very interesting to me that the PS3 version has 1080p output, and I'm absolutely sure the Xbox 360 doesn't. I mean, there's no games so far on the Xbox 360 that do 1080p to my knowledge. They all upscale to it. It's not a true 1080p resolution. So now, however, I do want to say I do have a 1080p camera. This camera I'm filming with right now is 1080p. However, because the files end up being so fucking large, and YouTube has problems with 1080p video. I actually filmed several Street Fighter 4 matches in 1080p a couple months back when I first got this camera. I actually filmed my entire StarCraft 2 campaign playthrough in 1080p. It took a ridiculous, I mean, I'm talking a ridiculous amount of time to get like a 10-minute video up. We're talking like an hour and a half upload for a 10-minute video to YouTube. So fuck that. I will be filming this in 720p, however, I'll be playing in 1080p, so I'm hoping the quality that comes through is going to be pretty good. Also, I've heard lots of good things about this. In fact, when I went to the game store, the game manager of the GameStop said, dude, I went to a conference a couple months ago. They had the demo version of this. I was playing it. It was fucking amazing. So I was like, all right, sounds good to me. So I'm looking forward to this. Last but not least, we have NBA Jam on the Wii. Now, unfortunately, I have confirmed, and you can tell just by looking at the box, this does not have online play, which is absolutely ass fucking retarded. Like, why would you not have online play in a sports game? Like, this is just lazy development is what this is by EA. So thanks, EA, for being fucking lazy. But from what I've heard, all the game reviews of this game are great. They all say, oh, there's my lens cap just floating around in the fucking picture there. Everyone's saying the game is amazing. Like, the quality of the game itself is really good. It's worth picking up. It's just like the old classic NBA Jams with lots of unlockables. There's a Legends mode where you go one-on-one against NBA Legends. There's just so much to do in the game, even without online play. And that's cool, but I don't know how much I'm going to want to play the game unless I have people over here to play it with me. So, like, if I can get Rambo or a couple other people over this week to play, that's probably when you're going to see the footage of this game. More than likely, unless I get really bored with these two before I beat them, I'm not going to jump over to this one yet. But I will be playing it this week, definitely, at some point. Now, there will be versions of this game for Xbox 360 and PS3. However, they don't have release dates yet. And when those come out, they will be online enabled. Maybe then I'll pick one of those up to actually figure out, you know, to try the online play, because that's really, I think, where this game is going to excel. One more thing, which I didn't know until I actually left the store, this game can be played with both the Wiimote Nunchuck and the classic controller, and I actually have one of those classic controllers, so I might end up playing this on the classic controller. Sorry, you know, Nintendo, but I'm not exactly a fan of motion controls, especially Wiimotes, and I'm probably going to want that classic feel when I play it. So that's it. It's a triple play this week. And as I said, I did not pick up NBA 2K11. I'm not a real fan of the sports simulation kind of a deal. I really like more of an arcade style, which is why I picked up NBA Jam. I mean, come on. It's been so long since there was an official NBA Jam release. You had to go for that. And it was funny because there were people lined up at the store when I got there when it opened at 10. I'm like, what the hell is everyone here for? Are they really here for these games? Everyone bought NBA 2K11. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, do you not enjoy your games? Like, or do you just sit there and fucking grind through like a sports simulator? That's why Madden and stuff like that, I've played them, and I'll play them if my friends want to play them, but I'm not going to buy them and play them online competitively or anything like that. That's not fun to me. So, I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, I digress. pretty big release week this week with these 3 games. I'm going to jump in fairly soon and go ahead with Enslaved, and then we'll move on to the other games. Like I said, if I get bored of Enslaved at any point, maybe I'll go over to Castlevania and try it. Maybe I'll jump over to NBA Jam. We'll see. But the bottom line is this week I'll be playing all 3 of these games at some point, hopefully beating these 2 by the end of this week. Because remember, this weekend I announced previously in a video that I might be going to the New York Comic Con, which should be pretty fun. And I should be able to get a lot of good footage. There's going to be a lot of famous people, a lot of things going on there with TV shows, with movies. So on Saturday, I will be at the New York Comic Con, and I'll be busy all day, so I won't be able to play games more than likely, but I'll hopefully bring back some really good footage. And if I play these games enough, there'll probably be footage uploading anyway, because you know how slow YouTube can be with uploading. So, alright, this is it. This is like Gaming Overdrive. We're starting the official, like, heavy release season, where every Tuesday there's going to be multiple releases. There might be a little monkey wrench thrown into the plans for next week's Tuesday release day, and I'll let you know about that as I get more information on it. But for the most part, every Tuesday, expect one of these videos on the TKOHHD explaining what games I've picked up and what I'm going to be playing for that week. So, thanks a lot. Remember, DSPGaming for the actual gaming footage, here for the updates, here for this kind of information at the King of Hate HD. And remember, please support me. I'm trying to do this, full time as a job now, basically, since I got laid off last week. This whole YouTube thing. So you can help me out by watching, rating, and participating. Thanks a lot.